Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jer, and today we are talking about Drag Race Italia Season 1, my top 10 favorite looks from the entire season. Now, about 2 months ago, I did a little poll on here and I was asking how many of y'all had even seen Drag Race Italia, and I was very surprised to see that the majority of people at the time voting had not seen this season. So I'm very curious if y'all have decided to check this out since my Drag Race podcast episode just dropped, and I'm very curious how many of y'all will even recognize any of these looks. Now, I have to say preemptively, this was a 6-episode season, and there were 8 contestants. So there was a very small pool of looks to pull from. I am certain that there probably could have been others that were swung in here, but the pool was so small, and I didn't want it to just be top 10 of Electra Bionic. So I really went through and I dug to try and figure out which ones were my actual favorites. But if you haven't seen this season, it really is a trip. It's very different than a lot of the other Drag Race seasons. And if you want kind of just a general recap, listen to my podcast. There is a visual podcast that's here on YouTube, but you can also check it out wherever you find your podcasts under That Sounds Gay. There's also links below. Without further ado, let's jump in to my top 10 favorite looks. And remember that these are my personal opinions. Just because your favorite look didn't make it here doesn't mean I thought it was bad. So in the number 10 slot, we have the finale look of Lariche. Now, Lariche was not really doing it for me through most of the season with her fashions. And even this, it's very camp, but I love the scale of it all. Choosing to do a hot air balloon floating above the clouds, the sky being represented in the bodysuit. There is something fantastically draggy about this that you really only get in the early seasons of a Drag Race franchise. Like, you look back at season 1 of mainline Drag Race and you're seeing mall drag, which was so prevalent at that time. You look back at season 1 of Canada's Drag Race and it is bar queens. And then in UK 1, you're seeing a lot of elegant bar looks. Drag Race España 1, right? Very similar things. You're getting a lot of big conceptual looks that you would see every day. This is something that you would see in a nightclub, you know? Early season magic that gets lost as the seasons go on and everything gets just like a little more like sanitized. I really, really like this look. I think it's so fun. I love how campy it is. It's a really great time for me. Now, in the number 9 slot, we have the finale look of Ivana Vamp. I also did not love a lot of Ivana's looks through this season. She didn't have a lot of opportunities as she went home first, but coming out in this finale gown, in this all blue with this rainbow background, it is so fun, so camp. It is so silly, and I love what Ivana did. She is very like Tabitha from Holland 2 coded. I think she looks incredible here. I love the hair. She just looks like she's there for a fun time, and I wish that we could have seen a little more of Ivana this season. In the number 8 slot, we have the fabulous 80s look of Electra Bionic. Electra did the thing for me this season. She looks like an actress from that time period. Freaking love this high-waisted skirt and this denim jacket, these huge earrings. She was chomping on bubblegum the entire time. She just looks cool. I love the crimped, teased up hair, a purse, because a lady do carry a purse at night. I love the shoes. The entire look is very 80s coded, but like kind of late 80s. In the number 7 slot, we have the entrance look of Lukeisha Lubamba. Lukeisha was very J-Idol coded, and my sibling described Lukeisha's looks as hip-hop without having rhythm, street by someone who's never seen the street, masculine and feminine by someone who's never seen a man or a woman. And it is very encapsulating of Lukeisha's I think, drag image, she is someone who is so airheaded and empty-headed, is very J-Idol coded. If you've ever kept up with any J-Idol interviews, you know that a lot of those girls are just like talking and saying stuff. And Lucasia's drag does that too. It talks and it says stuff. But yet, this entrance look was so cute, so fun. I think it set up a big expectation of what we were gonna see from Lucasia that didn't end up happening, but I still like it a lot. I think it's very fun. I love the color saturation. I love this print. I like the piping of that black along the sides. This big giant bow. It's a very fun look from Lucasia. In the number 6 slot, we have Farida Khan's finale look. What is super impressive about this is that this removed and there was a dress with a bunch of like fluffy tulle underneath. So I don't know how that even was hidden and how that still retained its shape, but I love the sharpness of this. And gold has been something that has been used a lot in finales. It is something that we've seen so many times that has been done to death, but I love the POV of this. I think she looks really freaking fun. And boots, I love boots. And these are some really great boots. I was kind of gagged that Farida didn't win, but at the same time, Elektra was really doing the thing all season. So I'm not horrendously surprised that she won, but this was a great way to end the season. And I hope that we'll get to see her come back for something in the future. In the number 5 slot, we have the finale look of Elektra Bionic. When she came around that corner, I gasped, as I did most weeks with Elektra. She is a visual spectacle. She is so stunning. Probably one of the most beautiful queens that has ever been on the show. She has big Carmen Farala energy, doing well at just about everything that she does. I love the luxness of this garment. I love the sleek hair and those like wet, shiny, glittery bangs that she had for the baby hairs. This like plume of pink feathers on this stole. Oh, she looks so good. In the number 4 slot, we have Divinity's fabulous 80s look. I tend to gravitate towards these looks that get these girls eliminated. I still am so shocked and surprised that Divinity went home on this challenge. This big giant hair on this like nude mesh asymmetrical garment with this big puff jacket on top. Oh, the color saturation is so nice. I love this pink on her. She looks super cute, and the judges, I think, hated Divinity. I think they wanted her out of there because this look was it. Those like stars that are dangling off in this like fringy way. She just looks freaking cool, man. I love Divinity. I love what she did. I wish the judges liked her more. This look was perfectly the brief, perfectly 80s. In the number 3 slot, we have Divinity once again. Again, another look that put her in the bottom, and I still don't understand. I like this Sailor Moon-esque bow and the way that she's holding it. It shapes her body well. It's constructed well. I love the headpiece with her name on it. And, you know, I think with the box that they were all given garbage, like actual garbage trash. And the fact that she could construct this, I think showed a lot of finesse. It showed a lot of interest, especially with her drag style. She looks like a sleek model. And I think, again, the judges just had it out for Divinity. In the number 2 slot, we have probably one of the best looks of all time, the Great Divas look from Elektra Bionic. Elektra chose to do Dita Von Teese, and she looks just like her. This look, I think, just like stopped my heart. It made me sweat. It made me think, I want this woman to step on me. And I was very, very entranced by this. It caught my attention. She held my breath through the entire runway. And I don't think I've seen a queen come on that had so much beauty and charisma and charm on the runway and wasn't just doing like pretty girl makeup, because she's definitely doing drag makeup here. And it's so soft and subtle and beautiful. I love everything about this. She looks really incredible. In the number 1 slot, we have the Long Live the Bride look from Farida Khan. This was the makeover challenge, probably one of the most iconic looks that has come out of Drag Race Italia, the one that almost everyone knows. Even if you don't watch Drag Race, you probably have seen this floating around on Twitter. I showed my partner this and he was like, oh yeah, I've seen this. It showed up on Twitter. The idea is that she's a vampire, and midway through the runway presentation, she drops her blood red wine and it's blood. It gets all over her dress. And then the vampire fangs are revealed. This is such a fun twist on the challenge because it looks bridal, and that's the intention. It's meant to be bridal, but it also is something that is so outside of bridal, which is incredible to look at. You know, we've got this really interesting take of long live the bride, and vampires are long living. They are eternal creatures. So this is such a fun interpretation on that challenge. I have never seen anything this conceptual and interesting in a makeover challenge. And certainly what Farida did here was deserving of that win and is one of the definitive best of probably every makeover challenge up until this point. And so that has been my top 10 favorite looks of Drag Race Italia Season 1. Be sure to check out my Drag Race podcast. The links are below. We will be talking about Season 14 very soon, and I will see y'all on the flip. Thank you for watching.